Well, welcome to this B2 match. It's a featured match. It's the last match of the division. It's between Xyrix and Sharur, and somebody will go away sad because what the deal is Xyrix needs to win 3 games to not demote, or 6 to promote, and Sharur needs to win 3.5 to promote, and if none of those things happen, Lemon Spawn is going to promote instead. I'm going to be doing commentary. I'm joined by Paolo99, who is doing their first commentary ever, and is so nervous that they're not talking.
I will be talking a bit.
Oh, you will be talking a bit. Okay.
But I'll give you, the first word, I would say.
Alright. In any case... Yeah, we have a pretty powerful board here, I would say, in that it's very easy to draw. You have Apprentice Fortress hanging out there, and then however much trashing, just because there is also Apprentice, so that's probably going to be a major focus of the board. I think longer term, I don't know, there's plus buying, Grand Marketing, Candlestick Maker, so likely, we're just gonna see, quite a bit of that. With about draw being so powerful as Apprentice, Fortress, Bandit probably comes into play quite a bit, but we'll see how things go. Xyrix is definitely getting off to a lot faster start here. Both the 5-2 and then seeing both the Apprentice and Black Cat turn 3 is a pretty big deal. Yeah.
What do you say about the Ironworks?
I don't know what the Ironworks is supposed to be doing, to be quite honest. I mean, you can load up some fortresses. Apprentice Fortress, if you're doing it early on, is a little bit, I don't know, titchy. But, I mean, you can apprentice other things to get to your fortresses. I mean, you'll probably have golds and whatnot in deck. The problem I have with Ironworks Amulet is that it, does not hit 5, and you'd much rather have one apprentice early than lots of fortresses early, which definitely seems to be the way that Sharur's deck is going a little bit.
Both picking up amulets, which was not on my radar.
Yeah, I can believe it off the 3-4, you could do something like, you want to trash a little bit down off the amulet. I'm not as sure what it's supposed to be doing on this side. I mean, it's copper trashing. You want to trash whatever else with the Apprentice, and you want to trash coppers with the amulets, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably this will be a Fortress Grand Market estate thing, or maybe...
I don't know what it's gonna end on. Maybe Apprentice, Fortress, Ironworks. It was gonna be a 3-pile. I'm actually a little bit surprised Xyrix didn't pick up another cat that turn. Presumably with this Ironworks you're gonna be gaining quite a few more fortresses. And so you will have the village space to be taking on a bit more terminal draw in this deck. Yeah. I mean, at some point, Xyrix is actually going to connect his stuff together, like our Apprentice Fortress, and then everything's just going to look so much better. Right now, it feels like they're doing about the same, but, Sharur still hasn't hit 5, for example, so...
Yep, he really has no Apprentice. That's quite sad, yeah?
Yeah. So... it's like Sharur is trying to put together the big numbers just by throwing, I guess, Fortress Black Cat into the deck. There's not even silver in there. And so, it's kinda, I don't know, unclear how this deck is supposed to... Yeah, get moving. Like Fortress Black Cat is not the efficient draw.
I guess we could maybe, like, not see Grand Market here. Like, I'm not sure. It seems like it's already going that fast. But I don't know.
Yeah, with how things have been going, I kind of feel like Xyrix may end up just kind of going out on Ironworks Fortress Black Cat. It's really just a matter of what Xyrix decides to do and how this game's going to end at this point. Like I'd even guess this might be another Ironworks gain another fortress, buy Apprentice, something like that.
Yeah, definitely an Apprentice, I would say.
You would get Grand Market through, like, crowning a gold to get from Bandit or whatever. I don't think this game's going that way, though.
Oh, nice draw for Xyrix.
Yeah, I think Xyrix
looks pretty over.
Yeah. I also neglected to note Way of the Worm, which is actually going to make it so that this probably ends on, like, Fortress Black Cat estate instead. And that's also really going to reward Xyrix for having the deck put together faster and better.
Yeah, he's probably gonna exile like 3 estates here.
Yeah. Well, you can get a province in time. There's just no point, right? Like, if your deck is this much better, you don't actually need to be doing that. I mean, maybe Sharur will pick up a province and then Xyrix will have to respond to it, but at the moment, as I see it, you just get more estates and then you have the better deck, you can pile stuff. I think this was a little bit of a misplay to play that fortress, just because there was an extra non-terminal draw available. Like you Ironworks as something, and then you can draw it with Apprentice. We get an extra worm in. Okay, there's the Bandit. So Xyrix is going to do this more traditional. Call it.
I think this could have been another Apprentice. Just be on the safer side, I guess. But
just getting enough to be enough copper trashed, I'm not sure that you're really that emphasizing on it. Yeah. I mean, look at this hand. Xyrix didn't need another Apprentice. If you don't think drawing 2 Apprentices and 2 Fortresses off the deck is going to happen every single turn, I don't know what to tell you. So, I think as Sharur here, probably what you want to be doing is gaining a lot of Ironworks. And the reason I say that is because the way that you win this game is probably by piling on Xyrix before Xyrix actually gets this thing together.
yeah, if he gets some Bandit plays, I think it's pretty over for sure.
And so, I feel like Sharur following on, we're going to try to build a deck that buys provinces is maybe not the way to be going here. I don't know how many turns you actually need to put together like a solid Ironworks pile out, but it's 1 or 2, and you kind of try to sneak it on Xyrix as opposed to trying to follow on this game that you surely are not winning. Now, Xyrix is a good enough Dominion player, you probably don't get to do that to him, but...
Yeah, I think Xyrix is really insane. Like, when it comes to building an engine, if you wouldn't resign that much, I think really Xyrix is one of the best players, in my opinion. I really like his playstyle. No.
Well, you can resign when you feel like you've lost, and feels like he's lost a little bit early sometimes. I don't think it's one way or the other.
It's another Ironworks, right?
I don't think so from here. So Xyrix has started, moving towards more of this building up coin style of deck, which means that I'm not really feeling like going towards trying to do this pile is an amazing thing. What I'm considering is that even if Xyrix duds once, probably it doesn't happen again, and he's probably over a turn ahead at this point, so, Okay, there we get our grand market in. Sharur is probably going to go pretty hard after something green here. Would be my guess. Is what these silver gains for Aqueduct are. But...
Yeah, it's definitely buying province, I guess. But I don't think that does much.
Well, if we look at Xyrix's hand... It's maybe not the greatest. I would Apprentice the Candlestick Maker first. You bought a Grand Market last turn. It's easy to regain. If you draw something like that you wouldn't really like to be apprenticing, well, you didn't really want to apprentice the Apprentice either, right? Yes, Sharur very much should have bought Province.
Can you win here, Xyrix?
Draw seems a little off. I think Xyrix here probably gets Apprentice and some green card. Well, it's not just going to be 11, it's going to be 12, 13, 14, up 2. But the start of this last turn of Xyrix is definitely making me feel like maybe at some point I'm going to have to apprentice an Apprentice, and at that point I sure want more Apprentices in my deck, right?
Not enough for Grand Market province. I think Crown or Apprentice.
I'd take another Apprentice. And I think we're about to see the end of this Bandit. Like right now, even if Sharur falls on Province, you're still, 2 turns away from being able to catch up on points. So... yeah. So, like, this turn for Xyrix, probably you are targeting trashing both curses.
Oh, yeah, I thought he would trash the silver. Bit risky maybe, but...
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, you might have to apprentice something good, and we ended up apprenticing a gold, so... not a huge deal. Might gain another amulet here just to trash. And you certainly don't need to be scoring, so... I'd almost expect this to be something like Grand Market Fortress or Grand Market Ironworks. Just to kind of press Sharur into a little bit more greening. See what I know.
Okay. Yeah, I would have also liked the Grand Market.
Yeah, the Crown's kind of like a Grand Market.
This is a pretty sad hand. Oh my gosh. I would definitely resign here. Sharur. Seems like a good plan.
Yeah, we're 3 provinces down. Probably an Aqueduct point or 2 can be attached to this. I wonder if Sharur, I'm looking back in the log here a little bit. So Sharur last turn failed to draw and bought a Grand Market. I'm trying to see, like, where the apprentices went. Does Sharur not even have a second apprentice? That seems unlikely.
Just this one, yeah. I guess.
Sure has 2 apprentices, okay. We have been informed. Okay, Xyrix is definitely going after piles a little bit more here, and I'm guessing that this is going to end up winning fairly easily.
Yeah, Fortress Black Cat, this is definitely gonna pile here.
I guess it needs to be Ironworks pile that goes away, but it's easy enough to do. Ironworks and Fortress. This is an astounding amount of thinking right here. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but,
Yeah, it's always, like for me, when I'm in a league match, I'm always like sweating and like taking my time. I always need like a lot of time to assure that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah. See, that doesn't even need to buy anything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the 5-2 is quite a bit better there, especially with how turn 3 went. Sharur didn't seem to emphasize hitting 5 enough to me, which, yeah.
Like, how did this happen? How did you not hit 5?
I mean, you open Ironworks Amulet. I don't know how you expect to get there. It has a lot of trashing. It doesn't have a lot of draw.
Sentinel Urchin, maybe?
You need to activate cities in order to draw, which seems... there's colonies, so you might get there. I don't know about Urchin here. This is kind of an in-between one where it's like there's this faster Trasher and Sentinel, but the board is so slow that it's not entirely clear that the faster trashing is actually all that useful over the long-term discard attack. Yeah. I mean, I imagine you want to be working with at least one Urchin just because otherwise you are vulnerable to a Bishop Golden deck, right? I don't know, like, how ridiculous that is, but...
I mean, with Specialists around, maybe it's not that ridiculous. I don't know if, like, Specialists gaining Platinums and Bishoping, that's, like, really a thing here, but...
Yeah, although I guess, like, Bishop, Platinum Colony does it. Yeah, works through Urchin. It's just that, like, if you're trying to build more than that, don't actually know how fast you can do it. Like, you need every single city or every single specialist. Seems hard.
We both opened with an alley. Don't know, I'm not sure about that.
I like opening with the alley. You know, you go alley, Sentinel, gives you a little bit better chance of seeing your Sentinel. Yeah, my only concern about the Golden deck is that the colony version is much more easily beaten by, like, colonies, right? Provinces, you're producing 5 points a turn? You know, Mercenary's hard to feed too, right? What are you gonna do? Buy, receive tribute every turn? Doubtful. In addition to a lack of draw, there's kind of this lack of plus buy.
Yeah, only gains is also from Specialist and Farmland.
Well, it's also from a pile emptying with Animal Fare. So...
oh yeah.
Kinda tough either way. So I think the way they're going, I mean, it's not going to be this Bishop Golden deck, but I would kind of set I would set a goal of, like, get Platinums. Which means getting at least one Animal Fare in the deck at some point soonish is probably a decent thing to be doing. Just to try to spike up to 9. Like, I would not be in this sort of mirror thing trying to mess with the city stuff.
Yeah, city is often a bit of a trap, I think. Like, a lot of people just are hammering cities and buying cities every turn with, like, no value, I think.
You know, once you get something that gives a lot of coins, it could be pretty easy to make work. Like, you get 1 or 2 Animal Fares in the deck, you can be specialisting city and buying city. So once you get that going, I think you could probably get it done in 3 or 4 turns. But if your opponent's buying colony each of those turns, what are you actually doing? Well, we see a specialist, which I'm really skeptical of, I gotta say.
Yeah, what are you gonna specialist? Urchin?
I mean,
I think specialist Alley, right?
I would think the hope is to specialist Platinum, but distinct lack of Platinum in either of their decks. Xyrix also sort of messed up the last turn. He could have played this Alley and been still sure to trash his state. Well, we're doing it. At least over here we are.
But you can, like, specialist shadow cards, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like high value to be specialist in Alley versus, like, having a second one, if that's what your intent is to do with it. So if you're doing the specialist, it pretty much has to be going after cities. Or you know, Platina, which if we're buying city last turn is definitely not what we're aiming at. As Johnson's saying, like, you end up with however many cities. Sure, you can draw, but what is the actual reward here?
What would be your fastest way to platinum here?
I'd buy an animal fair on something. I think Xyrix could actually make it next turn, like he's specialist in animal fair. Get platinum. Pretty easy. Might not even need to specialist it. My feel is that if Xyrix just goes and gets a couple platinum and starts buying colonies, it's gonna beat out this city draining from Sharur. Like, even if Sharur drains the cities right now, you get 10 cities, what is your deck actually doing? You're going to be able to draw a deck that hits 5? Great. You're doing that right now without the cities. Okay, I was being generous. It only hits 4.
Pretty bad, I guess.
Yeah, this Urchin should have been trashed. You couldn't do the... I guess you kind of could do the... Did you know that the Urchin was there? Probably. I imagine Sharur is thinking that he wants to keep the Urchin and Animal Fair the Sentinel. That would be my guess of why that didn't happen last turn, but I don't think you have the opportunity to choose. Interesting to take a copy of Animal Fair there. That's pointing city.
I'm not a specialist.
Yeah, I'm not so sure where this is going. I mean, I guess you'll probably pretty consistently have the terminal space to be playing both Animal Fairs. Just Yeah, I'm definitely becoming more concerned for Xyrix's chances right here than I was not too long ago. Just because it seems like there's kind of this partial follow on the cities, but then, you know, if you're still futzing around when your opponent's busy emptying cities, well, what are you doing? Or are we going to play with one city? I guess the other thing is if you're a Xyrix right now and you're looking at the comparison of the two decks, you may be thinking, you know, if I end up with just 3 cities, I'm doing fine, actually, because my deck is actually, you know, able to do something, whereas Sharur's maybe not so much. Like, I actually wonder if Sharur empties cities here if Xyrix doesn't just win. Plausibly, Xyrix could manage something like Specialist Cities Estates. So, I mean, if you're looking and you're seeing Sharur doesn't have any payload as Xyrix, maybe you're thinking, yeah, this is a significantly safer way to do this.
Probably the Sentinel will be another animal fair.
I'd guess Animal Fair, and I think Xyrix should probably be gaining a colony this turn. I am a little bit worried, or I would be a little bit worried that Specialist Animal Fair or Specialist Estate could pile on me. Right here. You could also get a Sentinel out of the Received Tribute. Just saying. Oh, Bishop 2. I suspect Sharur will have the at least possibility of a draw that will win here. Okay, yeah, we're going back and we're buying colony. There we go. Much better. Although the Specialist Animal Fair version of this, I think, still might have some chance. I don't know that Sharur has enough actions for that to really be the case.
Cities are split like 5-5, or
Sharur has 6 cities.
Okay.
And currently 3 specialists, which is going to make piling specialist here really, really hard. So, so much for that win. Because you need 3 specialists in order to... Sharur can pile specialist, but not in a way that will activate cities. Oh, I have the specialist count wrong, but still not in a way that'll activate cities, which means this was actually something of a mess up, given that there's this extra specialist here, that you could have gone specialist, specialist, city, gain a specialist on that one, draw with another city, then specialist, specialist to pile specialists. Yeah.
But isn't that a bit dangerous for Sharur? Because he's like...
Well, the idea would be that Sharur is trying to win this turn. You pile Animal Fair by trashing a whole bunch of actions that I don't think actually exist, and then buy a single colony estate or something like that. Yeah, 8 estates and a duchy, also possible. Probably more possible than the thing I was talking about. In any case, I think at this point it's gone. Any possibility of doing any of that stuff, just because the specialists are going to be impossible to pile without triggering this shuffle. Which means you're playing too many cities, which means you don't get the plus buyout of the cities, and so on. Well, I think so.
What would you do in Sharur's position?
I don't know. I mean, you're trying to buy points is most of what it is. So, point maximization was probably Specialist and Animal Fair once, gain a copy, and then Specialist the copy that you gained for double. Be my guess. Right now, what are we getting to? 16? It's not great. 18? What's it close to? I guess you do this and then you... Specialist Animal Fair, you get up to 7 buys. It's a little bit short. I'm going to say Sharur probably could have won this turn playing it a little bit better. Yeah. Namely doing what we talked about earlier, which was the gain specialist off of this pair, and then you'd have another pair to gain another specialist off of. If all of these silvers, if we activated Enlightenment, this would be a win. Okay. Yeah, there are a couple different ways that it could have happened. Any case, what's xyrix's most probable win? Estates? Or is it pile Animal Fair? Because it's pile animal fare. Plus a colony. Seems pretty easy. Yeah, gain animal fare, play silver, trash these 4 things, buy colony. Which I have to say is the way cooler way to do it, trashing out a whole bunch of your actions. States is so classic or usual. You don't get to trash a city every day. In any case, xyrix is 1-2, so is 1/3 of the way to promotion. Sharur is... Yeah. Alright. We got Urchin Mercenary here that's looking like a thing that you're going to be doing because Urchin Ninja's definitely going to be working for you. Ninjas also draw.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, this is going to be oppressive. Native Village Ninja as your draw. Lovely.
Xyrix sees the Urchin here.
Yeah. The other notable thing about this is that you get to play Ninja turn, 3 and 4. If you see everything nicely. One shot, draw 2 workshops. Good point. What they really need here are some villagers. Then you could play Tormentor for Imp and everything would be good. As is, I don't know. What do we think this engineer is supposed to do? Would 5-2 have done well? I don't think so. I mean, you get the imps, but you've got to be so far behind on everything else. You're just kind of sad.
What do you think about Church here? Maybe not that useful with Mercenary.
I don't think a church really has a role. I mean, you want to have hand size in order to put stuff into your church, and if you're getting discard attacked every turn, it's going to be so hard to get anything going with it. By the time you can produce hand size, you don't need to trash anymore, so... What this board really needs one of the, like, action-scoring landmarks, like Triumphal Arch or, Tower. That would make it a lot
not Triumphal
nicer.
Arch. Please no Triumphal Arch.
Then you could, like, pile Hamlet with Abandon and, you know, have to click a lot, but at least you'd be doing something productive when you buy something on 2. What do you have with Triumphal Arch? I feel like there's a story here.
I don't know, it really confuses me every time I see it. I'm just getting confused by the points. I don't know, I don't like it. And maybe I'm too lazy to, like, get behind the idea of Triumphal Arch. I don't know. I'm in general not the biggest Empires fan, which is like everyone is like hyping up Empires like that much, and I'm like, Empires.
Didn't they also build triumphal arches in Rome? Like that's why it's in Empires.
Yeah,
I understand hating the French triumphal arch. I mean, that's messed up. That's like Napoleon conquering Europe, and where you're having a monument to this is messed up, but you gotta be okay with the Roman ones, right? Maybe not. I guess they also were going off and conquering Europe.
Everyone was like, they still are, right?
My YouTube comments are going to hate this one. They're going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about, and they'd be right. Xyrix is going pretty hard after this native village ninja draw, which makes sense, given that it's the cheapest way to draw here, and you can't actually get expensive things. I guess payload-wise, long-term, probably we're looking at just picking up, I don't know, a gold or two and working with that. Just single province, because that's all you can do.
Oh, Sharur picked up a church. Okay.
Yeah, and look at this amazing turn that it brought. It was actually a really good turn that Church made, using it as a basically tactician if you look at turn 7. Getting some ninjas. I think we're going to pile ninja here, probably. I mean, Sharur's going to get another engineer. Xyrix is going to pop his for... Yeah, okay. Ninja's totally getting piled.
Yeah, makes sense.
I can see where this is going. Was there a way to do this where you set aside ninja instead of one of these things and didn't have to? Yeah, there was. I would have done that. Setting aside ninja with native village seems far superior to whatever just happened. Drawing it. I hate drawing shadow cards. Just makes me sad every time. Like, I don't know that setting aside with native village is distinctly better, but at the same time, that way you don't draw it.
I still don't know when to like go for native village megatons. I think it's pretty
not here. I don't think there is such thing as a native village megaturn, really. Like if there's any kind of supporting draw, you're just better off doing native village turns, normal turns. If there's no supporting draw, then yeah, maybe, but back in the day, there was this thing people would write where they were like, one really good turn is better than 2 mediocre turns. Like, one really good turn and 1 bad turn is better than 2 mediocre turns. But the actual solution to this is to just not have mediocre turns, to have like decently good turns instead. And then having 2 decently good turns is much better than having 1 crappy turn and 1 really good one. Anyways, this was the kind of advice you would get if you were trying to start Dominion 10 years ago.
I did start Dominion 2010 or 2009.
Or I guess start reading about Dominion.
But really, I got into it 2023 in December. And yeah, now it's already tilts me. And I thought oh, this is my favorite game, it is never going to tilt me. But now I'm really tilted, and I was making fun of Aqueduct being really tilted. And now
now you're
really
Aqueduct.
tilted, and I was thinking maybe I should not laugh about people tilting. But yeah.
I mean, you can just hover over their shadow card thing up by their name, or if you're on mobile, tap it. That's what I do to see people's shadow cards. I don't know. Oh, I see. You need to draw upside down cards. Well, drawing upside down cards is actually impossible. I don't know. If you look at all of the animations, they don't do any, awful swinging stuff, which is good, but it also, keeps the cards straight up, right? And that way you don't have to have rendering for things that aren't straight up. Start swinging cards around and it looks ridiculous.
I don't know what you mean.
There's a thing you can do with animations that was the case on this site forever ago, and was the case on Making Fun, and I believe is the case on Temple Gates, where it will swing cards in an arc, and it's awful. It's so bad. You go look at one of my videos or somebody else's videos, probably more accurately, from 2019 or 2018 or whatever. You can see it. What I'm going to do, gain a silver here, mercenary some stuff, and hit 4. Awesome. Oh, it's going to be 2 silvers. You can't draw both of those. I'm not sure about this.
When would you be getting rid of the mercenary? I still often struggle with mercenary. I mean, I got it on my dislike list because I think it's really frustrating. I don't know.
Yeah, people don't like the swinginess so much, or claimed swinginess. We are transporting. We are transporting a vault. We are trying to build draw that is not ninja, okay? I feel like we need more native villages, maybe on both sides. Particularly on the xyrix side. I'm realizing now that I have not been paying attention at all to what's happening over on Sharur's side, which is even worse than the, not actually paying attention to what's happening on Xyrix's side that I've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't hate the churches.
But, we look at Sharur, and Sharur is drawing decks, so there may be something to this church thing.
I think it's just a strong card. It's really overpowered.
More silver, apparently, is the answer. Xyrix is having a little bit of a problem here. I mean, surely you play the last ninja. You don't want to be... I don't know about that. Xyrix's inability to draw native village is not being helpful. Like, this is actually quite game losing to not draw native village however many times in a row. Genuinely awful. On the other hand, this turn is still playing a ninja and producing 5 coins, whereas when we look at Sharur, who's been having good turns, is playing a ninja and producing 5 coins. So, this is the nice thing about these awful decks that don't work, is that when you dud, it does exactly the same thing as when your opponent has a good turn. And so duds aren't really duds, they're just, you don't get to play as much stuff and have the same result. Yeah, Xyrix might get a nice fat gold this turn. That beautiful yellow color represents actually having money.
I would love to have money.
I would love to have money. I mean, you buy 1 gold and then you start provincing? Like, I think as soon as you have 8 coins in deck, you're provincing, because, man, you are not going to do better than that.
And I think Sharur's deck is better set up for provinces with the churches.
No?
I
think they're actually doing about the same. Xyrix has just had however many icky turns in a row that makes Sharur's deck look a whole lot better, even though they're about the same. It's deceptive. Maybe Sharur can, gain 2 silvers and then trash these coppers and start provincing. That's what I'd do. Set aside native village, buy province. Or I guess you have 10. You can buy province next turn. This turn buy what? Double ninja Hamlet? That sounds awful. Oh, you do not need a gold. You so don't need a gold. I don't know in what universe you can actually even build up to 13 here. Like, if you're not going to buy province, surely you want to keep all 10 around so you can buy the most stuff possible. But if you're not going to keep 10 around, then surely you want to buy province. Nope, it's a gold. Okay, I, do not believe in that. I'm a non-believer.
Every Dominion is, right?
Our Dominion players are the most cynical bunch of people just because they constantly think that nothing is going to work for them.
Yeah, it seems like it. Dominions, like a lot of people playing Dominion are really, really rude, I think. Like I was playing League of Legends and there the people, and Counter-Strike and the people there are really rude. And then I got to Dominion and then I was like, oh my god.
You get to Dominion and everybody's depressed instead of rude. They're too sad to be mean to people. Everybody goes, nothing I do will ever work. Okay, so now xyrix gets to buy gold and is, so clearly better off. Because I'd so much rather have 2 vaults than 2 silvers. Right?
Yeah, Vault is a pretty cool card. I really love it. When are you gonna get rid of this mercenary, please? Just kill it. What is it doing?
Sure. Yeah, next turn.
5 turns doing nothing.
Don't worry, next turn we're getting rid of this mercenary. Okay, so Sharur, this surely has to be, province transport a vault. That's my guess. And then you just try to repeat that turn a number of times? No? Okay. This cannot be a province buy on 9. If this is a province buy on 9, I don't know what we were doing last turn. It'd be so inconsistent, right? Good point. Province buy would be setting aside gold instead of silver.
And
so what is
Undoing here?
No, it's got to be more building. We're either getting 2 vaults or we're buying gold, silver, something like that. I don't know why you would get Ninja Vault over Double Vault, though. I mean, Ninja's easier to play, but if you're thinking I just need more arbitrary draw, get 2 ninjas. Alright, we're gonna put in Tormentor attacks. That seems...
It's nice.
Not very productive. What percentage of the Tormentor attacks are discards? 50?
Really? 50%?
Maybe not.
maybe
maybe not 50.
25, right?
What is there? There's Poverty, Haunting, Fear.
Yeah.
Envious is basically a discard attack. Omens is basically a discard... No, that's a top deck. I just make up what I want attacks to be. I'll admit it. Alright. Xyrix has got to be provincing. Please. Put Sharur in the provincing place. Oh no, we're building more. Astrolabe! Oh man, Xyrix is about to resign here. I swear. I can sort of understand getting up to 10, but if you have vaults, you're already at 10. So... in any case, we're going to observe this really beautiful dud from Sharur as soon as Tormentor gets added. I am not holding back on this one. They are building too much. Oh, Misery. That's a high impact one. That's a good one. Right?
I'm always miserable, so...
Let's see. War would take out a silver, a snowy village. Locusts, I don't know. Variable. If we just started buying province when we started being able to, how many provinces do you think we're at right now? Like, is the pile down to 2 provinces? There could be so much less suffering here. So much less suffering. Right, like, this is one of the motivations to just start provincing as soon as you can, is that you don't have to play this game for as long. Let's see if Sharur forgets that he needs to play Snowy Village for plus buy. That would be a classic. Yeah. No such thing happened. Gotta set aside 3. Okay. Now what? I'm not convinced that Sure knows you can set aside less than 3. I mean, he has to think that you have to set aside 3, because otherwise we would have done this evaluation of what we were buying before we played the church, instead of after. Right, because you have to, like, decide what you're going to buy before you know what you set aside. And so it must have just been, I'm going to set aside all of my lowest value stuff, because I have to set aside 3. Woo, province. Engineer.
And another engineer.
What's this engineer doing? Like, you can get the last ninja with it, but then what? More silver? Ooh, more churches.
Yeah, you
That's
can't
a good
really
one.
press piles here.
What's on this map? There's a native village, okay. Okay, so it's one of those. I mean, I think the big problem if you're Sharur here is that you just did all this extra building, maybe you have a slightly better looking deck than Xyrix, and you produce just as much. I mean, that's no good. And we just missed Province because we bought Engineer. And we did a Hex that doesn't do anything.
Last Ninja, probably.
Yeah, I wonder what this Engineer is supposed to do now that the last Ninja's going to be gone. Extra mystery. Maybe we're going to try to pile Engineer. That would be easier to do if Engineer could gain Engineer, right? Engineer is good for discarding. And I could believe that. I could believe that. Here you have to play Vault because you actually need to see more cards. Highly unusual. Is Xyrix about to hit 16? Like, seriously? Yeah, Xyrix is about to hit 16. That is a miracle. Look at this deck double provincing.
Oh my god.
Make me eat my words. Set aside a gold and still hit 16. That's fantastic. It was the omens. I tell you, it was the omens. I mean, if Sharur hit 16 here, surely you double province, because you have to be thinking, like, Xyrix can't do that again. There's no way. Yeah, all those golds made it possible, but how many turns do we buy those golds over? Yeah, I mean, I think of course you double. One of those high impact discard attacks. I shouldn't be dissing the Tormentor. I mean, it gave the misery, right? It did its job. Got 2 points.
Yeah, sometimes you're just a fan of of a specific card, and then you're just gonna pick it up, and no matter if it's useful. Don't you have that? Like,
No.
this one specific card? Really not? Okay.
No. I hate all the cards equally. Alright. We're saying Xyrix cannot double again, which actually I'm a little bit skeptical of. I think Xyrix could double again.
Yeah, he's got a vault and a gold set aside here.
Yeah. I do wonder if Xyrix hit something like 13? If you had Province Duchy? Maybe not. I was gonna say something about what this native village does will determine, but we were waiting for Sharur. Like, if we set aside here, I think we're probably going for it. And if we pick it up, I think also we're going for it. Because there's not really anything to do other than go for it. Look at this beautiful deck hitting 16 twice in a row.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Xyrix is not demoting, and Sharur is not promoting, so now we have Xyrix as being halfway to promotion to A. 3 out of 6 wins needed. That is 3-0. Halfway there. Apparently they need a new table. Okay. We're going on to the new server. We're joining their table. We're clicking on Johns's empty bubble. Now we're joining their table. Alright, Xyrix has made it. Are they going to turn off spec chat? Oh, they did. This is like the most common thing when people go over to a new table is they don't turn off spec chat, but they managed. They made sure Xyrix first player, so now Sharur will have to go second in the last 2 games. Or no, Sharur will have to go first in the last 2 games. No, your player won the last 2. If Sharur ends up being player 2 the last 2, we're gonna have to, like, I don't know, kick him off of the mod team. I mean, that's the only reasonable thing to do. Continue. Continue does not say non-victory on it, because why would it? Continue does get around Siren. Gain a non-attack. Yes, continue does get around Siren, but it also can't gain Siren.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Siren's too hard for me.
Yeah. This looks like a pretty cool board, in my opinion.
Yeah. What? We have, like, draw to X and discard for coin, which is always exciting. But we are missing plus buy, except that you can Falconer gain your green stuff and sacrifice it, so that's probably good enough.
Yeah, Falconer probably the first 5 here, I'd assume.
Might be Bandit Camp as the first 5.
Bandit Camp, really?
Yeah, it's plus 2 cards because of Footpad.
Oh, yeah.
Though Falconer is also plus 2 cards because of Footpad, so probably you can go either way on it. The advantage of Bandit Camp first is that it's a village and Footpad is annoying, but you can also continue, so. I did notice that both of them continued sacrifice in the opening, which is probably fine if you're Xyrix. And
I always do that.
And going to hit 5 off of it, and substantially less fine if you're Sharur and going to miss 5 off of it. I actually have no idea what I would do on 3. I'd be crying that I'm going to miss 5.
Yeah, Silver also seems pretty non-productive here.
Yeah, as Sharur here, if I were, like, talking over my own game, I would be, like, a minute of complaining about missing 5 while xyrix hit it. I would be like, not that I think that this should hit 5, but my opponent did, so it would be really nice that I did, and then I'd end up buying silver at the end. The problem with continue is, like, what are you even continuing right now that makes you happy? Mill? Sack?
Island.
Island? Good point.
No.
Well, set aside an estate, just clears that estate right out.
Kingdom really misses Bridge.
Yeah, Bridge would be nice. I kind of like it better without Bridge. I think this Falconer gain green sacrifice it thing is pretty cool. You don't get to do that often. You've decided to get Siren allowing xyrix to react Falconer. See, this is why you have to hate Falconer. Your opponent gets it.
Amazing.
Your opponent gets it. You just do something completely normal, and suddenly they're way better off than you are. Meanwhile, xyrix is getting ready to hit 5 again.
Is Sharur going for a captain here? I mean...
Nah, the 5...
Not amazing here.
5 costs have just got to be way better than captain. Bandit or Falconer. This 5 for xyrix, yeah. Bandit camp.
Probably no one's gonna pick up a captain here, because
I doubt it. I mean, you can go like Captain Island to trash a card, or Captain Sacrifice to trash a card, Captain Mill to be a village, but it's just, it takes so much longer, right, than just having a bandit camp. Nobles?
Nope. Oh my gosh.
Nobles?
I was about to say, no one's gonna gain nobles here. Because I think it's really...
Nobles.
Not great here. To continue sacrifice again.
Yeah, I don't know about this. No. Oh, Ronin at this point is terrible. I guess you can continue something before you do it. Never mind. I'm gonna say with 2 Sirens around, I'm not that into nobles, but like Sharur is gonna miss getting another Siren, miss basically everything. Yeah, I don't... This seems like the most over of any of the games to this point, even compared to the first. And then xyrix probably regains the sacrifice. Has to be happy about that. Play whatever, continue a something. I think continue sacrifice, right? Yeah. And you could do mill and pay it all off right now, but... Do you know that sacrificing curse and sacrificing estate do the same thing?
What?
It's true. Sacrificing estate and sacrificing curse do exactly the same thing.
I love these engines where sacrifice is the only village, and you have to like sacrifice all of the actions for your turn. I really love it.
That's a temporary state of affairs.
What about salty earth here? Is it relevant?
Nah.
I don't think so.
It might be, like... I don't actually... No, I don't think it would be in a single buy situation. Like, if you're closing out a game and somehow your deck isn't working, but... It's also not going to be relevant in this particular instance of this game because this game is so over. I think xyrix should pick up a few more Falconers. Just move things along. Gain some mills. xyrix should be continuing island there, not mill. Minor detail.
What are those 3 cards?
I don't know. Curse.
Stop cards, yeah.
Something. Curse spoils. Yeah, that should have been island, not mill. Mill is not similar to island. Island trashes an extra card. You don't need the action back because continue gives it to you and you don't trigger the bad shuffle. Island's way better. And he'll need to point this out because it doesn't matter at all to the outcome of this game.
Yeah, it's always the thing, like, with commentating on Dominion, it's like, what are you gonna say to games like this?
This is where if you were, like, not me and you had good stories to tell, you would tell good stories. But I don't have good stories. All of my stories are terrible. It's actually not true. I have good stories, but I only tell them in the League mod meetings.
Yeah, I would have good stories, but yeah, maybe it's not the smartest idea.
We should continue an island here just to set it aside and have 2 points.
I
really want to see a continued island. I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe with this province now, but I think you're just gonna gain islands now with your Falconer. Oh my god, this continues from Sharur, so desperate.
Oh, I guess... the game's about to end.
Oh yeah, we got
Okay.
yeah.
That's news.
Yeah.
Alright, 2/3. 2 more wins to go. Will it happen? What are we welling about, Sharur? At least you're one first player. That's good. Oh, did we randomize it? No, we didn't randomize it. We switched. No, we did randomize it. Okay. Here we have Panic, except with Tomb you want to trash coppers anyways, right?
I think so, yeah.
We also have Panic with Crown, which doesn't work, and we have Panic with Cutthroat, which no longer works. How do we even play this board? Like Animal Fairs with Lackeys? It is too hard for me. All the gaining is treasure-based, Anvil, loot. You need Crown for Village to use the other gainers. No, there's Lackeys. We can work with Lackeys. So I think we open Spice Merchant Mountain Shrine.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we try to pick up lots and lots of Lackeys, which we can turn into Animal Fairs, which we can then buy provinces with. Spice Merchant's gotta be worth it, right? Trashing coppers is way better than tombing them. Like, you get tomb. I like tomb points.
Yeah. One of the best landmarks.
And eventually you turn, Spice Merchant into Animal Fair. I don't love the alleys. Like, you're gonna get thin really fast, so isn't something like a mill better? Like, Panic's activating soon enough, even if it's not immediately.
Yeah, and you're probably gonna draw your alley dead.
Yeah. Well, Sharur is certainly better off, has just been playing so many more cards. Like, can a turn consist of playing 2 mills and then an Animal Fair and that hits province? Right? That does hit province. You don't have to, like, discard out your entire hand to mill to do that. That seems like what I'd do.
Maybe second Mountain Shrine? Reasonable here?
I don't think so. I mean, your copper's gone soon enough, anyways. Cutthroat? No. No.
He doesn't know, right? Oh my god.
What is this?
This has happened to me before, like, I thought, like, you can't return loot to the pile. And then, yeah.
Let's not be buying Cutthroat, let's be buying, like, Mill. Or another Spice Merchant doesn't make sense either, because your coppers are about to all disappear. I guess you can keep feeding them. We're doing like a golden deck kind of thing? Okay, fair enough. I feel like Sharur was just so much better off and then bought this Cutthroat, and now I don't know, because the Cutthroat is so confusing. You can just discard both estates. Yeah, that's fine. True. But wouldn't you rather your second spice merchant become an animal fair than Cutthroat? Just saying. Plus, you have to go buy a crown in order to have your Cutthroat. Can Xyrix trash a single estate this game? Let's find out. It's actually guaranteed this turn, but we're still finding out. See, I want this to be a mill. I think you should just play the mill, double mill animal fair deck. It's what you do every turn is you just play 2 mills, and then you play an animal fair, and you buy province.
But how sustainable is it? Like, the deck's gonna fall apart?
Nah. That would be something that would happen to someone else. I mean, you've got to buy a crown, right? you bought the Cutthroat, you have to activate it. This is where I'd love to be hearing Sharur's commentary.
Yeah, me too. He probably doesn't know about the loot return.
No, I think he knows about it right now, given that he's buying coppers. I just don't know what it's supposed to do. And another mountain shrine. Not so sure about this other mountain shrine thing. I don't love trashing that Lackeys over a state. Like, you have to burn a villager. And then... what? Like, you burn a villager to trash this card that Animal Fair can... trash... mill and 3 animal fairs. Why not just get all the animal fairs now? Like, if 1 is good, 3 is better?
Yeah.
Is Sharur even going to play this crown? That's my next question. Or is Sharur going to try to hold on to the crown? Actually, you know what you can do is you can crown Cutthroat and then buy crown, and that nets. Yeah, okay, we got this. That's like +1 coin. Crowning a Cutthroat is +1 coin and a discard attack. We got this. I mean, that's basically the Spice Merchant Copper deck, except better. I don't know. I'm going to say Sharur has a bit of a villager problem right here, or village problem right here, which is why I didn't really support the second mountain shrine. We can staff Cutthroat. Okay, and then we're going to buy Crown, except you don't regain staff every time because you gain the loot before you return the staff. This is a game where xyrix, like, I would feel like I'm probably losing, but I'd have such a sick fascination with what my opponent's gonna do. A spell scroll. Beautiful loot.
Yes,
That I'd have to see it play out. You have no idea how many coppers you actually want. I promise you. If it's any number other than all of them, you actually have no idea. Alright, well, xyrix is going after this Spice Merchant deck, which I guess we're going to have to start believing in, because that's the only way we're getting to 6-0. Well, and I mean, I want to get to 5-0, because then we get an exciting last game. How does Sharur pivot? Like, Sharur put all of these lackeys and villagers in the deck and, mountain shrines, and now what are we gonna do? Like, if we were trying to do the mill animal fair thing... I don't think so. Which means we need the game to end really soon. Really, really soon. Oh, this is your, buy phase, which is why we're saying oops. Wait, no, it was your action phase. You used up all your villagers. No, maybe you didn't. I don't know. So, clearly this turn we need the last 3 lackeys, obviously. And then... however many spice merchants and a whole bunch of copper. And then the idea will be we're going to pile Spice Merchant Estate next turn. Or Spice Merchant Curse, as the case may be. But this does not seem to be appropriately moving towards piling something next turn. Which means you're going to start really, really suffering the turn after. At least I think you are. Like, if these 2 crowns are instead 2 spice merchants, then we just gain all the copper in the world. How are we doing? Or maybe the goal is pile Estate Curse next turn? That's also probably doable. Lemon Spawn, could you mute? I think we're going after Estate's Curses this next turn. That's what I'm believing in. Or I don't know if I believe in it, but it seems like what needs to happen. Now, Xyrix has run out of treasure, which is a problem. So... I think it's got to be Estate's Curses right here. You just draw as much as possible. Then figure it out. And you need to score 3 extra points along the way, which could be animal fairs. You know, you animal fair your Cutthroat, whatever extra Lackeys. I don't even think you need to crown Spice Merchant. Just...
Yeah, I think there are a few ways to win this game here.
So we play 3 animal fairs, we play our remaining stuff that gets us to... We actually might be buy limited. But we could still do animal fairs plus... estates. Might actually be the easiest way to do this. Is that already in hand?
Is it enough buys?
Yeah, it's only 14 buys. So yeah, this is there on the animal fairs.
Yeah.
Alright, well, meaningless last game. I guess we can say Xyrix still walks away happy to not demote. But now we all get to be sad that this game is meaningless. And it also has progress Kitsune, which means we get to be extra sad. And, oh yeah, congratulations to Lemon Spawn, who I know is listening right now, on moving up to A. I think as xyrix, I just resign this because I don't want to play Kitsune Progress. Maybe as Sharur, I do it too.
Kitsune is my least favorite card from Rising Sun. It's just like it's just such a cool design. Like it looks so cool, and then the effect is like it's a stop card, and it versus I don't know. It's just, and it's so strong, and it doesn't seem like that strong as a 5-cost card, but it's like always the first 5 you're gonna gain mostly.
Yeah, it's annoying. That's my word for it, is annoying. Well, there used to be a profile picture that had like a lemons and then some pawns.
Yeah, what's up with these lemons? Like, a lot of people in the Milan, they are called like lemon, CW lemon, lemon spawn, like, what's this lemon conspiracy about?
It's a good question. But then there's also that sometimes, I don't even know if this has been in the public server, probably. Sometimes there's the referring to lemon spawn. But that doesn't actually tell you anything about the first one, it just tells you that the second one is spawn. As in progeny. Top decking a silver with 4 does not seem like the move. Top decking a silver with 4 does seem like the move. Yeah, I think I'd resign here as Sharur. Like, we have this meaningless game. Your opponent has 3 Kitsunes before you have 1. Oh, no, only 2. But, this does not seem happy. Yes, 1, no. Sharur, well, whatever. There were some number of losses that Sharur needed, and also some number of wins. Both of which we have passed. Alright, this is the first curse that goes on top of the deck. Fantastic. By which I mean awful. If Sharur hadn't already taken 4 curses, maybe as xyrix you would resign. Just because having the curse on top is that bad. It's just so psychologically damaging to have curses on top like every turn.
Gives me Seer vibes.
Yeah. I just can't take it.
I really miss the old Seaside now. I think it was really fun.
Right.
Like, why did we get rid of Ambassador? I don't get it. Like, I was always this annoying kid, like you said, oh, let's mix alchemy with intrigue or seaside with intrigue. My father always said, no, we're gonna play prosperity, and my brothers also said, like, let's play prosperity, and I was like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah. I always liked the really oppressive games with Ambassador, but you get it above 2 players and it's no good. Unless they don't play with Ambassador. There's a lot of Dominion that's like way more fun if your opponents are terrible at the game. Take for example, Kitsune Progress. Like, this would be okay if, your opponent were awful at the game. You would just never actually have to experience the stuff that happens. $30 plus buy. Pawn expands basically plus buy. I was trying to figure out like how he could get 2 Scrounges in and just remove curses.
I'm wondering why no one picked the Governor, but I don't play with that card, so yeah.
I know it's totally against league rules, but I'd have totally resigned to somebody by now. I can't.
My feeling is like nobody really cares about the rules, right?
Look at that, drawing Cellar with Village Green. Like, this is where I go, you know what, this game doesn't matter for anything. I'm not having fun. Or at least I wouldn't be having fun as Sharur right now. Like, no, I wouldn't. And I mean, I think if anybody analyzed it, you could say, oh, you have, what, 3 estates and 6 curses remaining. And all your copper, and so, you know, it's you're probably gonna lose, and it's probable enough that it's fine to not play. And then I also imagine as xyrix, you'd be like, I don't want to keep playing this game, but I, you know, don't want to resign either because I'm winning, and winning is fun. There is no draw offers in League. You have to declare it a stalemate, in which case you have to play another game. Have to. This is a great thing we always say about, like, tournament administration, is people have to play another game, like it's something bad. But really, you consider, like, you're 2 hours into a match. Do you actually want to play another game at the end of it? Debatable. Or at least one that means something. You know, the utility curves. Is more Dominion actually better? Like, what is the point where it starts being negative?
I mean, if you have to play, like, a lot of money games, it's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, but I'm arguing there's a point at which more Dominion is not actually better. Like, how many hours in, or how much effort in. Like, these league matches, they can take a lot of effort, right?
Yeah, if you take them too seriously.
This is my favorite thing about progress is, it's not actually when you start greening, it's then when you start to try to expand payload that you just run into crap on top of your deck. Hey, we're at 2 hours. It's late for me. It's late for my co-commentator. It's a long match.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm more nervous than tired. Actually.
Nervous?
Yeah.
No.
Like normally I'm always bringing those cocky comments and then I'm like shitting my pants.
Looks like we don't have that many more turns to go, at least. Like, pawn. Oh, we were gonna pick, like, Kitsune or Rabble. I guess we do have to score a little bit. Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you could have expanded the silver, I guess.
How many turns do we have left, do we think? 3? Kind of depends on if Xyrix manages to draw or not. It's looking more like not, since I feel like I've seen basically all of Xyrix's good cards pass by with these 3 Rabbles. Or maybe not good cards, but draw cards. 3 Kitsunes, a Cellar, and a Rabble, that's no good.
Oh. Platinum. Yeah, progress.
I mean, it's gotta be a Rabble buy.
Yeah.
But this does not seem productive as Sharur. Like, Sharur is not trying to play a real deck right now.
I mean, he can't, right?
I mean, you're not gonna win playing a fake deck. I say anyways. It's like we're trying to make sure that Xyrix doesn't win immediately instead of trying to make sure that we have some amount of chance.
What would you do as Sharur here?
Resign. I'd have given up so long ago. Like, as Sharur, I would be so utterly depressed from the way that the first 3 games went that I just wouldn't even be bothering at this point. I would just be like, you know, I had my chance at promotion and it disappeared from my grasp outside of my control for in no time at all, and I don't want to play Dominion anymore, because why?
But you seem like you're not resigning that much, like, from what I've seen from the videos.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I try to hang in when there's some chance, but I also don't think there's actually a chance over on this side, so, you know. It's like if I have a 0% chance of winning and also I don't care. Tough.
Like the white knight mentality. Like, I'm gonna do anything.
Yeah, alright. Is this... No, this is nowhere close to a win. It's also, like, not actually worth a xyrix trying to figure out how to win. Like, you could put the effort in, but you're winning this game anyways. And...
Yeah, you could, like, expand into everything right here. Like, maybe Kitsune, Rabble, or Village. Right?
Yeah.
Progress.
It's just simply not worth trying to figure out how to win. Sure, it'll go on longer, but it's way more effort to figure out what you can pile than it is to just, play the same turn every single turn and buy colony. It's not even necessarily safer to be, buying colony rather than trying to pile. It's just lower effort. Sharur is trying to make it worth it for the video viewers by giving them more commentary, except that they're not actually getting Dominion commentary. The first time I won the championship against Marcus, I think I needed 2 wins to win it, and I got the 2 wins, and I just, completely stopped playing for the last 4 games.
When was your first season?
My first season was 15, and the first championship was 30. So what is that? 7 years ago?
You're still playing the game?
Somehow.
I would love if Donald X would put a new card every week, like a promo card or something like that. Like Dominion could really use more updates. In my opinion.
I mean, you go through so much of this stuff. I feel like I haven't gotten all of Rising Sun yet, so... I also don't feel like I've gotten all of Plunder, though I don't want to get all of Plunder.
Plunder is disgusting.
Alright, there we go. 5-1. Xyrix does not demote. Sharur does not promote. Nothing happens to anybody except Lemon Spawn, who gets to be happy in an A next season. And thank you for...
congrats to Lemon Spawn.
Thank you for talking with me today. And
thanks.
I hope I didn't screw up your sound too bad.
Thanks for having me.
And
I hope I didn't did a mediocre job.
I think it was fine. You can talk more. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, but I was just
Anyways,
nervous.
This is on video, so I'm not going to admonish you too much. I'll say something really mean after we go off, but in any case, congratulations to Lemon Spawn. And I'll see you all sometime later.